Okay, it's flip through time again. Got Graphotism. Which one is it? Hang on. 52. What's that? That's got to be like, I don't know, 2010, something like that. It'll say somewhere, won't it? It will say. Should have looked. Should have prepped, shouldn't I? This is the story of my life. Okay, let's get into it. REYES gets the cover, as you can see. Nice big fat heading adverts. Okay, let's get into this. Look at this. Big heavy artillery wall up the top there. This guy at this stage for me is like one of the best writers ever. He's just killing it at this stage. I love this style. He did a slightly wilder style than this as well. This is Gary, if you don't know, Gary MSK. He writes for Heavy Artillery and Mad Society Kings, and his style is so good. He doesn't do this anymore. He does something else now. He's very skilled, but his new stuff is not as graphy. It's much more what's it? It's like sort of like spray can typography, if you like. He does amazing stuff. He's known as the human printer, but for me, this style and the style that was around this time is just amazing. Amazing as Arrow, of course. Who are these guys? Oh God, I can't remember who that guy is. I've seen this guy before. Oh, that's annoying. Can't remember either of them. That's really annoying. And it's going to be really obvious, and I'm going to kick myself after I finish this video. Anyway, let's move on. What's this? Oh, some great styles here. Production walls. So that's 2008. Oh, maybe I was wrong. Maybe I was a bit late on my assumption this was a 2010. I don't know, maybe. We'll see. Big Italian wall there. Lovely bit of Waney. So good, Mr. Waney. Love it. Really interesting sort of production walls. Non-themed, you know. So you got straight letters, you got more wild stuff, you got cartoony, you got sort of very progressive styles. No characters there whatsoever. Oh no, hang on, is that a character? That's a character, right? All different colourways, the whole lot, you know. Just, yeah, interesting. Love the big one there. Love that piece there, love that. Yeah, it's Royd. I thought so. I was thinking that's a very Roydy style. It is Royd. Yeah, really good. That's Pref before Pref changed his style as well. It's great when you see artists and they change their style over time. There's going to be a big one in here actually, in a second. Well, it's Bonsai, you know. That's who it is. Bonsai changed his style radically over the years, and yeah, we all got to enjoy that. Who's this one? Yeah, oh yeah, great French. I don't know very much about French graph, to my shame. Ogre, obviously, and Le Club down in Marseille, and you know, some others, but not very much. You know, the South Painters. No, not many though. Not many. There's this Wrench Alert, Gary Odyssey. Right, so this is more sort of heavy artillery again. Gary again, you know, so good. Alert, great writer. Alert, really great writer. Don't hear very much from him anymore. Yeah, so good, so good. UK old schooler, and been at it for years. I've got photos of his from like the 1980s. Just brilliant stuff. Bristol. Love this. Again, I mean, all of this is beautiful, isn't it? Beautiful kind of sort of character scenario setups at each end of the wall, and this lovely colourway they've used, and yeah, that's fantastic. This is all great, isn't it? Mad one here as well, sort of cartoony wall, loads of characters. Oh, this is a French one. Trying to see if I recognise any names, and I can't even see them. I ain't got my good glasses on, so I can't really, yeah, not the ideal. I really haven't prepped very well for this, have I? Never mind, you can see it anyway. Another French one, a lot of French stuff. Yeah, nice. Oh, that's got to be Tats. Yeah, it is Tats. That's Tats Crew. That's a Tats Crew wall. That's a nice wall. This is an interesting one. Interesting one. Yeah, Love Pusher Bonsai. Yeah, nice, very nice, interesting composition on that wall there. Lovely bit of gnarly graph there. Oh, that's Wisher. Yeah, I used to see Wisher stuff a lot. Okay, that looks very like the 123 clan to me. Is it? Is it 123? Is it them? Cyan and Claw? Not sure, don't know. Looks a bit like, maybe it's a bit too imperfect for them, not sure. Not sure. These characters, they look really like Cyan and Claw. Let somebody tell me. That looks like a Tats Crew. Is it? Well, it doesn't say. Oh yeah, Bio Nicer. BG183, yes, that's essentially a Tats Crew, even if it doesn't say so. That's a Tats Crew piece. Love that. That's great, isn't it? Big horror wall. Lovely. This is interesting. Really dark, kind of gnarly colourway, that. Yeah, that's actually very nice. All, I'm just noticing all negative. Oh yeah, there's a Dare piece. Back when Dare was still alive. Yeah, it's a Basil. It's a Swiss piece. It's a Swiss production. Yeah, all white white outline. I'm noticing on that, with a big dark sort of burgundy, dark burgundy bull's blood kind of background on it. Yeah, nice. Some great stuff. Here's Wisher again. Oh, that's Twesh. Great writer. And Pref's old style there. Fall, don't know him. Do I know him? Don't think I know him. That's Solo. He's got a very famous style. Yeah, so that's Jasic. This guy is incredible. Really incredible. Really, the flow on his pieces is amazing. Is that 007 Barrel Rog? Don't know these two guys either. But yeah, great. Really good stuff. Cool stuff, man. What have we got here? Wrong. Oh gosh, I don't know any of them. Why don't I know any of them? I don't know anyway. Very nice though. Interesting. Oh, that's Cause. Cause does amazing, really sort of adventurous, sort of artistic exploration of graph. Does it with his letters as well. He's been doing some really interesting stuff recently. Follow him on Insta if you don't follow him. He does some really interesting stuff. I mean, look at his 3D there. That's all mesh over it and incredible funk, you know. Nice. Three very different pieces there. Lovely. That's a gnarly old piece, isn't it? It's a really sort of interesting composition on that. It's quite dirty, isn't it? I mean, you know, the background is really dirty, and then you've got this character in the foreground. You've got this very sort of cartoony character. Then you've got this sort of background, semi-realistic, heightened realistic characters in the background there, and then you've got this sort of mad 3D piece. 3D was the order of the time. This was, a lot of people were switching to 3D if they could do it. I never managed to get my head around it at all. Yeah, you're going to see some more of that though. Oh, nice. Love that. I love that. Love it. Who's that by? A lot of Italian guys who I don't know. But I absolutely love that. Love that style there. That's great. I just love that as a production. Love that theme. It's great. Fantastic. Interesting stuff here as well. Look at that piece. That's a beautiful piece. And then, oh, meds. Is that the meds? Maybe it is. I don't know. I don't know. This is a great one as well. That's a fantastic production wall. So you've got Revoke on the end. That's Royd again. Waney. That's Arrow. I don't know this guy. Steel. Don't know, but that's a fabulous wall. That's basically sort of heavy artillery MSK rolled into one. Brilliant. And there's another one here. This is slightly too long for the magazine, obviously, because you can see how small all the pieces are. You want the pieces to be bigger than that. I can't really appreciate how good those pieces are because they're too little for me. I can see they're great, but I can't get any detail on them. That's about as small as I can go. But that, you know, I love the colourway, blues and the yellows and all that. Gorgeous. Oh, and this is RT Crew. This is that's Vibes, Town, and these guys are super cool. They're big over in southwest London, and Durs particularly. I love this guy's style. Absolutely love it. Very plain pieces for them as well. They do some just gorgeous work. REYES. Okay, REYES he's what, LA, isn't he? I think. He's got that really great, sort of really so recognisable as a West Coast style there. Even the colours they use. That must be down to the paint or something. You know, if you look at photos from the time, you look at them colours and you go, oh, I just recognise that as sort of LA, isn't it? You know, mixture of the style and the colours, the tones, and it's sort of, I don't know much about it, and I don't know much about the evolution of it. I've known a few LA writers in my time. I know a few NOLs, and Ben one. I know them guys quite well. It's sort of, it seems that a lot of LA stuff, it's great, isn't it? It's fantastic. A lot of LA stuff seems to come out of gang culture. Maybe you guys who if I've got any LA viewers, maybe you can tell me that. But it's my understanding a lot of it came. You can see the sort of gang influences, like sort of Chicano, you know, the Latin influence and all that sort of stuff. But anyway, you know, put me right if I'm wrong. Great stuff though, right? This guy's MSK, isn't he? Again, you know. Oh yeah, there you go, MSK. Yeah. I figured he was. I remember seeing his stuff associated with MSK all the time. Really kind of varied. Really, he changes it up. He's not afraid to change it up, is he? It's so recognisable. See that? If you show me that piece, like, oh yeah, that's REYES. Yeah, I'll recognise that. Maybe some of the other stuff was his older stuff or something. Graphotism is honest and relative to the individual story. Yeah, that's true enough. Yeah. Oh, that's a beautiful piece. I mean, they're all beautiful, but every so often something just sort of resonates with you, I guess. Nice body of work. Nice body of work, mate. I've not seen a piece that's older than 2009 so far, so I'm guessing this is 2009. That'd be my guess, but I might be wrong. I'll check it out. This is a big German collab. Who is it? So Chaz is in there. Is that Chaz? Just there? Basket of face, monkey buzz. I don't know any other guys. Oh, Hombre. Oh, Hombre from a mile away. Love Hombre's stuff. That's a great... White fills. I remember this from this time as well. People doing white fill. Very challenging, you know, yeah, because it rests on your style. It's all about style if you're doing a white fill. Nothing to hide behind. Another Italian piece there. That's great. He's squirting the big squid. I love the way he's done that ink as well. And those bubblies there, bubblies like that always look as if they're quite easy, but that is beautifully sprayed. That is really, really beautiful. And if you look at the highlights, what he's done there, he's done a little bit of grey, then white in it. That on the black, that is perfection. That's exactly how you do it. Really bloody good. Oh, absolutely love that. Sick. I don't think I know him. That's great. I love it. Love it. That's mad, isn't it? That's mad. This big old character. Look at this one, man. What on? Oh, Oscar. Yeah, man. I know this guy. Yeah, I've messaged this fella before. We've got a good old conflab. He's very impressive. Again, 3D artist, a lot of stuff. I mean, look at that. It's a big 3D sort of gallery thing going on there. That's very impressive. That very impressive to do all that on a wall like that. Mad colourway there. Some mad colours generally. They're really muted in the background. These sort of semi-muted. Well, you wouldn't call it semi-muted, would you? Call them? They're secondary colours, I think. I think that's what they are. Bonsai, the man. Here we go. So, love Bonsai stuff. Absolutely love it. For those of you who don't know, me and Bonsai did a sketchbook together. I don't know, 5 years ago, 6 years ago. Just love Bonsai's work. So at the time, he was doing this sort of stuff. So this was love. I'm pretty sure that's Love Pusher at the time. Love Pusher was doing this sort of stuff, and Bonsai was doing this sort of stuff. He's doing 3D. A lot of people doing 3D, and Bonsai's 3D was so bloody good. Look at this. So you got Blam on the characters there. Who's that? That's really good. Make one, and Bonsai. Yeah. Oh, maybe that's Bonsai. Can't tell. He's changed up his style so much, because his style looks nothing like this now. He's gone through like 2 evolutions since this. That's Nash, fabulous character artist from Netherlands. Didn't realise Bonsai was painting so much with Blam. Love Blam's stuff. He's a great artist. Blam. Got a couple of his zines. I should do flips of his zines, actually. I've got a couple of his zines somewhere. He used to put his little zines out. They were great. Wow. So many ideas in there, right? And so beautifully sprayed. Look at that buckle. How he sprayed that. That is so good. Brilliant. Almost speechless looking at Bonsai stuff. I absolutely love it. He's brilliant with colour as well. Brilliant. He was very influenced by, he worked with Ghetto Farceur. For those of you guys who know them, they're a French crew, I know. Ghetto Farceur, love them. Absolutely love them. Bims, Rems, Neist. I mean, you know, combined with them hooking up with Bonsai, that's like the perfect artistic collaboration for me. Just brilliant. Wow, yeah. So you get a beautiful look into it. It's a bit of technique here as well. Canvases, great technique, really impressive. Yeah, nice. So cool, man. Like I say, you won't see this anymore. This is of its time. He doesn't do this anymore. Does something different. He has changed it up. That's at Stockwell. Stockwell, South London, not too far from where I lived at. Oh, lovely in the, you know, the darkness. Something so gnarly about his work here. You know, a bit dangerous. It's a great photo. Whoever did this photo shoot did a really nice job as well. That's fantastic. Again, he's changed it up again. He's done these sort of, yeah, these like lots of different units and stuff. It's so good. That is crazy good. Look at the background on that. Look at the foreground as well, but look at the background. It's so bioorganic. Weird, you know, really good. And the size of it, it's a big old wall. It's great. So good. There you go, that was Bonsai. Fantastic writer. Make sure you're following him on Instagram. He does some very, very interesting work. Lovely little production wall there. I'm trying to think who that is. Oh, that's Score. There's Score. Great little Bodo characters. Don't know the other guys. Oh yeah, I do. That's Shining Quest. So Shining Quest often paint together. Who's this? Yeah, some old schoolers there. So Cause, Merc. What's that? Code. I'm loving it anyway. Lovely sort of Hall of Fame wall that. Can't really see that very well, which is a pity. Another French one. Wish could see that better. Nice one there as well. Yeah. Beautiful. Damn no, they were doing a lot of great productions, right? Worldwide. There was a lot of really amazing productions happening. Yeah, that's a lovely colourway, isn't it? It's quite a busy one. Very good. Sort of slightly reminds me a bit of Bim's Ghetto Farceur, actually. And that as an underwater thing, that's mental, isn't it? That's really good. So good, that's beautiful. Oh, hang on, is that a tats? That's nicer. Oh yeah, it is. It's a tats ball again. Nice. PONK, yay! UK writer PONK. How would I describe PONK's style? Sort of it's sort of cartoon madness, isn't it? PONK stuff. Interesting, really interesting. Loads of energy, super energetic, and really sort of experimental as well. I remember a lot of people. This is a good example of what I mean here. The sort of experimental nature of what people were doing at this time. Doesn't look like traditional graph, does it? Looks a bit different. A lot of people, you know, trying stuff. That was the spirit of the 1980s, when people were trying loads of different stuff. They're trying lots of different things and experimenting. And I mean, look at these are mad walls, really mad walls. The kind of wall that if you stumbled across it with a camera, you'd be like, oh yeah, here we go. I went up Shoreditch with Kismo the other day, and we spent about 3 or 4 hours just walking around, and he took 250 pictures when we were out. We were lucky to catch some live painting, bumped into a bunch of people, bumped into Two REYES up there. Shout out to Two REYES. Yeah, it was really nice, really nice. Been a while since I've been up east. And sorry, Shoreditch is East London, for those of you who don't know the area. And there's a lot of graph gets done up there. There's a couple of sort of Hall of Fames up there. And yeah, it's a very great day out, really great day out. Little Gary PONK there. Ponk's is situated in Brighton, and Brighton is like sort of London by the sea, if you can imagine that. For those of you who've never been down there, it's a great spot. It's a really great spot. Vodka's from down there as well. Arrow's from down there. Shy 131. He's from East London, but he moved out there. He moved out to Brighton. It's got a great scene down there. I keep on meaning to go down. I've had invites to go and paint. Me and Shy have talked about painting, and Era's invited me down there as well. Just haven't got around to it yet. It's such a great scene down there. They get busy, as you can see. Look at that. It's almost like they've taken the spirit of old-fashioned New York subway graffiti and sort of transplanted into the modern world. So the modern world, like 14 years ago. Actually, 14 years in the graffiti world is a long time, isn't it? It's a long time. Credit crunch. Wow, that's 2008, isn't it? Credit crunch. Placing it in history. That's a brilliant wall. Look at that. Great little production, that. Fantastic work. He's still very active, PONK. You can follow him on Instagram. Wow. That's insane. I've seen some of these guys before. What's his name? PSKT, or is it? Oh, maybe it's not. Wow, that is a crazy wall. I mean, to think people were doing these sort of walls quite regularly. It's mad, isn't it? I mean, that is a mad wall. And I'm trying to think, do I know any of these guys? To think there are guys out there that good, and I don't really know them very well, slightly blows my mind. I should be knowing these guys much better. Although I'm always amazed when I'm on Instagram for the same reason. That's Arrow, isn't it? It's an Arrow piece. Wayne is on a character. Steel again. I don't know this guy Steel. I mean, I must have come across his work, you know, because I was around this time. So there's so many writers. I guess that's the point, isn't there? There's so many writers. Instagram, you know, every so often I get recommendations and stuff. I look down, I kind of go, I've never heard of this guy. He's like a Portuguese writer, and he's amazing, you know. And I'm like, how can I have never come across this guy before? It's because there's so many of us. There's loads and loads and loads. I like that. Really like that. I mean, I've already said I love that. I love Town though as well. This guy, he's got a great. I mean, you know, all the RT crew were incredible. Really, really incredible. Brilliant writers. That's it, man. South Africa. Oh, lovely Gary. So this is what I'm talking about. This sort of style. Everything he did this sort of time, you know, style, colour, technique, all of it's absolutely brilliant. PISCO. I don't know much about PISCO. Nice writer, nice style, nice graphy style, you know. I know that probably doesn't sound like it makes much sense, man. Graphy style, everything's a graphy style, but you know, you know, you couldn't mistake it for another art form, because you look at that. That's great. That's great, with the light blue outline on it and the sort of the white flares popping off the edges. Beautiful. Yeah, nice. We've got all them white keyline arrows. That's great as well. Little keyline that just pops off onto an arrow. Nice detail. I adore a painted van. In fact, I really want to paint. There's a van over in Essex next to the big wall that I painted with Nike, and I really fancy painting it. I've not done a vehicle for ages, years, in fact. Something about painting something that's on 4 wheels. I don't know why. I don't know why. Or on wheels generally. at the energy in that. Massive kind of movement in it. It takes so much skill to be able to capture movement in letters like that, particularly when you paint them on a wall. You know, the first pieces you always paint, they're so sort of dead and static. That has got so much movement in it. Beautiful. 2009 again, it must be 2009. I think that's conclusive. Nice one. Oh, that piece, that's interesting. I remember this one. Monochromatic colourway. All the pinks. Gnarly styles, different styles. I'd love to do a wall like that. It takes so much organisation, you know, getting together with writers and putting... Ooh, yeah, look at that. Love that. What's that? Who's that? Sean Quest Answer. Yeah, nice. Yeah, same. Sean, I think it's Shine. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's Shine. Love that as well. Yeah, loads of organisation to do this kind of thing. God, you've got to be organised. I can barely order me paint in time. Ask anybody I've ever worked with. This is great. Judge Mortis. That's Deadlock in it. These are 2000 AD characters. Beautifully done as well. Really great. Ink fetish on the wall here. We've done. Oh, this must be. Yes, a Jessic ink fetish. G-Funk 1. Oh, I thought it might be a 40 HK. So that's 40 HK, 40 hit combo. These two guys definitely members. These guys not sure. Don't know. Oh, the Amazing Day. Yeah, so this is Wayne's big sort of big graph jam Wayne puts together. He's a good guy, Wayne. Really like him. Cool guy. Love his work. Top man. Oh, that looks like the Mac. That's the Mac, isn't it? I'm pretty sure that's the Mac. It's a beautiful, beautiful piece. Bit of vintage New Yorkie, no? Feels like there's quite a lot in this Graphotism to go, but I'm assuming this is probably just adverts now, isn't it? This is probably, yeah, I think it is, you know. Yeah, it's all product. I ain't going to flip through this. This will be really boring. Let's not do that. Oh, there's a tiny bit on the end here. That's Oscar. Yeah. Recognise that as Oscar. Really, really good. So good. Oh, that's Russell. Yeah. Nice. He's Love Letters crew. Russell. Nice writer. Oh, look. Anniversary poster. How cool is that? I had all these when they come out. In fact, no, I missed issue 1 the first time. Came in on issue 2, got 3, and then sort of, you know, was getting it regularly after that. Didn't hang on to them, of course. I've sold them all over the years. I did get a number 1 eventually, sold that. Sold it quite a lot of money as well. They went for quite a lot of money. I think they go for a lot of money now. I think that's about 300 quid now. Because being writers, of course, everyone loses their stuff. It all vanishes and gets chucked in skips, and that's the end of it. Another Russell piece there. Lovely big Wayne meeting the styles. Yeah, nice. Right there. Never seen that guy before. That's in Sheffield. That's in the north of England. Ah, this is Trans. I've literally just got an email from him the other day because we're putting together a new magazine, an old school magazine. I'm not saying very much about it at the moment, but I will be next month. We'll be hearing about that. And that, my friends, is that. That is a beautiful illustration, by the way. Look at that. That's like a watercolour illustration. That's gorgeous. I wonder who done that. That's fantastic. Anyway, there you go. Graphotism flip. Hope you enjoyed that.